Hey team, welcome to the shoulder and chest stretch video. So for this video, you're gonna need a couple pieces of equipment. The first one being some kind of table or counter or part of your couch that you're able to either stand in front of or kneel if it's a lower table. Place your arms on and bring your head through your arms, okay? So something like that you're gonna need, as well as a band, a belt, or a broom. So something that is a few feet long or a meter or so, okay, that you can hold onto and bring over your head. So those are the two pieces of equipment that you're gonna need for today's stretching video. Make sure to grab them now, pause the video if you need to, and let's get started. So we're gonna start with a seated cat-cow. So I'm gonna turn to the side so you have a better angle to see the movement from. You can place your hands on your knees or thighs to start. And so we're gonna round our backs to begin, bringing our chin to chest and space between the shoulder blades. So just like when we're doing a cat-cow from all fours, we're trying to find the most extension and flexion that we can in both directions. So now doing your cow motion, bringing your chest forward, shoulders back, head comes up. So we're gonna move between these two positions slowly and at a pace that feels good for your body. So no need to rush. And just checking in with how your shoulders are feeling, how your spine is feeling today, and if you need to be aware of anything as we get into today's stretch. Fantastic. 3, 2, 1. Beautiful. We are going to be doing some rotations next. So bringing your hands in front of you, clasped together. You're going to rotate through your mid-spine all the way around. So bringing your hands so it's behind you. You're looking back at it and then bringing it back to the starting position. We're going to do 3 of these on each side. Nice and slow. Finding as much rotation as we can and holding it there for a second. Last one. Opening up through our chest and space through our backs. Same thing on the other side now. So other arm goes all the way around and back. And you might notice some limitations on one side compared to the other side, which is absolutely normal to have differences between one side of the body than the other. One more time, rotating as far as you can, holding it for a second, and returning to the starting position. Okay, next we're gonna be doing some overhead upper back extensions. For this, you are gonna need a table, such as this, or a couch, something that you can place your hands on, okay, and find extension through this position. So I'm using something that's about chest height when I'm kneeling. If you were doing it from standing, something that's about rib to chest height from standing position, because you want to have your hands at shoulder level and be able to reach through, okay? So I'll give you a second to find your item, whatever that might be, or go over to that area of your room that you're doing this wonderful video in. Okay, so if you're on the floor like me or in a kneeling position, you're gonna be about a foot or two away from your object, so arm's length. You're gonna place your hands, and you can place your forearms as well on the object, but you wanna have space for your head to come down between your arms. So what you're gonna do is bring your chest forward and your head forward as far as you can go, pushing your shoulders and arms back. Holding here for a few seconds and bringing your head out of it and relaxing, okay? So this is gonna look a little bit different for every person, right? So some folks are gonna be able to go quite far down. If you have a range of motion in your shoulders that is quite high. Others might look a little bit different. Your head isn't gonna go as far through. But you want to keep your shoulders down and bringing them back behind you because we're trying to stretch our upper back. So playing around with this movement, coming in and out of it for a few seconds at a time. You can adjust your hands and trying to relax your shoulders as you're sort of pushing them away from you. Good, let's do it one more time together. Bringing that head as far as we can. Arms and shoulders are as far back as we can for 3, 2, 1, and relax. For the next part of our video, you're gonna need to grab something that you can use for this next exercise to place your arms and bring them all the way over your head. So this could be a band, it could be a belt, it could be a broom, it could be a hockey stick. Something that's long enough so at least a few feet to maybe a meter. Yes, dual systems here. And that you can grab onto and you're gonna have space to bring your arms overhead. Okay, so pause the video if you need to find something. If not, grab your item and let's get started. So we're gonna be doing overhead shoulder rotations. So you're gonna start with your band or your broomstick down by your thighs. Your hands are gonna be wider than the width of your body, but exactly how wide is gonna depend on your body and what it needs, okay? So start with it like a few inches away from your thigh on either side, and you're gonna bring your arms overhead and just stop when they're right overhead, okay? And then bring them back down. And if you need to adjust how wide your arms are, please do so. If it's not comfortable at the top, you should feel a slight pulling, but it shouldn't feel painful in any capacity. Just like a little pull, like a little stretch or a little soreness, okay? We're gonna do 2 more as we prepare to bring them as far back as we can, okay? And this might require you to bring more space between your hands, and that's totally fine. Again, adjusting as you need. So this time we're gonna bring our arms up and bring them back behind us, exploring the full range of motion for our shoulders. So going nice and slow and adjusting if you need to, all the way up and behind. So some of you, this might feel or be too advanced, and that is okay. If you're feeling that way, you're going as far back as you can, and maybe you're stopping there and coming back down, okay? So you're playing with the range of motion that your body has today, no expectation to go above and beyond, all right? We want this to feel good for our bodies, to offer a stretch, and to improve range of motion through mobility. Let's do it one more time, all the way overhead. Good. And what this does is gonna allow you, when you're doing your overhead presses, right, better range of motion so that these weights can go all the way overhead with no impingement rather than, you know, sometimes they're going here, so not quite overhead where you want them. So we're improving that range of motion in our shoulders as well. Okay, our next stretch is gonna be for specifically chest and pecs. So you're gonna need to find a wall or door frame so that you can place one arm either straight or bent in an L shape against that wall. So you're gonna start facing that wall, and then you're gonna slowly turn away from it. And you're gonna feel the stretch in your pec, so in the chest muscle of this arm that's touching the wall. And the more you rotate away, the more of a stretch you're gonna feel. So we're gonna hold it here for about 15, 20 seconds. Taking some deep breaths and allowing your muscles and joints around this to relax. So if you're holding your shoulder up or holding tension in your neck or traps, try to relax those muscles. Good, let's do 3, 2, 1, turning back towards that arm, and then doing the same thing with the other arm. So placing it either in the L shape or straight, and then turning away. So again, trying to relax the arm as much as possible, shoulders down. feeling the stretch through your pec muscle. Checking in with your body, taking some deep breaths. Good. 3, 2, 1. Turning back and relaxing that arm. All right, our final stretch today is going to be from the floor. So we're going to come down into a kneeling position. So one knee down, one knee up on your foot, trying to make 90-degree angles. If you need to pop a pillow or double up your mat underneath this knee, feel free to do so. So what we're going to do in this one, it's a little bit complicated. It's not super complicated, but I'm just trying to wrap my head around the best way to explain it. So the first thing we're gonna do is take the opposite arm of this front leg. So my right leg is in the front, I'm taking my left arm. I'm gonna place the back of my hand against the outside of my knee. Okay, that's number one. Number two, I'm gonna take the other hand, place it palm to palm, okay? And then step 3 is bringing my arm overhead, windmill, okay? To this position, holding here, pressing the back of my hand against the knee, trying to keep this wide, looking at the fingertips, bringing it back over and connecting it back to this hand, okay? So if you haven't joined me yet, please join me, okay? You might need to widen your stance. You might see I'm wobbling a bit. If you're having trouble balancing, bring your feet wider, okay? So let's do it again, overhead, all the way, extending, looking at those fingertips, bringing it back, feeling the opening through your chest as you move this arm all the way up and over, taking care of our shoulders, upper back, and chest here. Let's do it one more time, up and overhead. Good, and back to start. Okay, unraveling those arms, we're gonna switch the legs up now. So the other foot and leg comes forward. So my left leg is forward now. I'm placing the back of my right hand on the outside of my left knee. You already probably might be feeling a twist to your body in this position. Placing the hands together, here we go. Up and overhead, opening up through the chest, looking at those fingertips, and then coming back forward. Again, for 3 times. Fantastic. Doing this one more time. Feeling the stretch through our back and through our chest and a little bit of shoulder in this one. And back to the hands. And let's join on the floor for a little bit of shoulder and neck flossing. So we're gonna be seated position, reaching one arm out. The opposite arm can be on your leg, and you're gonna bring your ear to shoulder on the other side. And when you do that, you're gonna feel a stretch down through your neck and maybe all the way down through your arm. Good. And then switching arms, other side reaches out, head goes to the opposite side, feeling the stretch down the side of your neck and all the way down through your arm, through the nerves that are connecting your head to your neck to your arm. Good. For 3, 2, 1, back to starting position. And that's it for today. I hope you're feeling good, taking care of your upper body, and I will see you again very soon.